Hi everyone, a quick tutorial here, and Vadim was asking me how we can create a database structure where any entity could be linked to any other entity. And I decided to create a small screencast just to illustrate how that is possible. Hi Vadim.
Hi Romans.
Okay. So I'll create a diagram. If I didn't understand it correctly, please correct me. But and please suggest me some ideas for how we can call the table. Person probably would be the one, right?
Yeah.
ID. And then
After
what?
it doesn't set auto increment automatically.
Ah, it's okay. What is the other one?
Let's say article.
Particle?
Oh, article.
Okay. Okay, article. Okay, let me do the auto increment here. ID.
Yeah, and let's create maybe one more.
Okay. Command.
Comment. Yeah, nice.
ID. Body text. So we have three entities in here, and they all need to be interconnected with each other. So in order to connect two entities, we need to have a table. It's called connection.
Yeah.
Okay, connection would have an ID without increment. Would have parent ID and child ID. Right?
Yeah, and we have class. Or you want to
Class. Let me think.
Yeah, parent class and child class.
Okay, let's have parent. Now, the problem I see is that we can't really, when we're building a connection between parent entity, we can't link with any of these because it could be any. The same with the child. Right?
Yeah.
So what I suggest to do is create a table object, let's say. We'll have ID, auto increment, and then I would need to connect each of those tables to the object, and the connection would connect two objects. So it would have object ID, this would have object ID, this would have object ID. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And nope. So the parent ID would be object ID, and the child ID would also be object ID. So now we have a database structure which allows any element to be connected to any element.
Do we need some additional field in table object?
Table object? Why?
I don't know.
We could put a name. If the name is common for everything, we could put a name in there actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because
but it's not necessary, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's up to how we define the models. Okay, next. Let me. That would be many too many. I'm just gonna symlink ATK4 and ATK add-ons in here, and probably we'll just grab a couple of files from a different example in there. Okay, that works. So we need to have many to many. Is the font alright on this thing? Actually, I'll just copy frontend from some other project. Oops, and let's say person now. Person. Okay, cool. Next, let me synchronize that. Okay, why? It doesn't like object. What should we call it?
Connection object.
Well, connection is this, which is connection between two objects, but could be element or entity. Entity?
Entity.
Okay, let's call it entity. Why? That's weird. Do you understand why?
No. It doesn't like entity as well.
Like entity. Let's call it object.
Object.
By the way, I'm not using MySQL. I'm using MariaDB.
Ah, it's almost the same.
It is, yeah. What the hell?
You can call this table blah.
No, it just wouldn't work with any. That's really weird. Ah, I need too many. Did it just kill us?
Oh, video stopped for me. Oh, now it's work. Okay.
Could be the problem of MariaDB. That's nice. Oh, it's gone.
Why you use
Nice, good.
MariaDB?
I just wanted to try it really because it's like MySQL, but it's more open source. So I thought let's try it. Entity is. Well, there are some tables in here. Maybe we could just let's see if it works. So let's create a new article. Article 1. Okay, so I need to create object ID, just 1, 2, 3, 4, a couple. Okay, now new article, object 1, then person would be 2. Oh, it doesn't have a name. Okay, that's fine. And then we need to have a connection between parent is 2, child is 1, parent class model person, model article. And then we're gonna have a comment on that article. So nice article. No, that's 3. And connection between the 2, sorry, it's null, and 3 model. That's it. By the way, entity could contain the class for us. Just idea. Person. Okay. Okay, let's add a couple of fields now. Page index. You there, Vadim?
Yes.
You can talk. It'd be more fun if you talk. Field name. Okay, let's move a couple of fields inside this entity, and let's rename it into object. Really, I think it should be called object. It's object ID. So yeah, let's add name in here, and let's add class. That's all right. Now, in here, we need to connect the person with the object. So every time we add something into the person, it will also join it with an object. So we do join object. It will automatically do the join, and then the name is coming from the object field and also the class. Okay, so we have one record here. I'm going to populate this object. So person was number 1, yeah, person. Person was object ID 2. So John blogs and class model person. There we go. But let's say if we add another person, which is Peter Smith and class model. Actually, let's have this. That's correct, yeah? By default, use the class of the Peter Smith. Okay, cool. Let's see what happened with the database now. So we have new object number 6 with Peter Smith. Let's look at the person. We have new record in here, which is 6. It might contain some additional tables. Let's some additional fields. Let's say email. So email is something only person will have, right? And let's add email here. Sure. And for this one, okay, so far good, yes?
Yeah.
Let's add quickly the additional models. So model article. Okay, I'm gonna pretty much copy what I have in here for now. Article would still have name and class, but instead of email would have body. Type text. And now going back to the index page, let's add tabs. Person. If I'm doing anything correctly, just point out. And the second crowd will be articles. Okay, body. We need to have article. Name, but not in name anymore, right? Because it's inside the object. We need body though. Okay, we can have a couple of articles now. For the article though, let's rename the, instead of using name, is get element, you just say title. Okay, so the title is article. Yeah, article 1, model article, and blah 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 blah. Okay, we have 2 things now. Now let's add the connections as well in model. So we add, this is the primitive model. So it would be, it's good for adding new connections, but we might not use it always. Okay, so what fields we have? We need to drop a few fields as well. connections, we don't need classes anymore because it's in the other table. Usually what I'm doing, I also would like to have a connection type. It could be just varchar, not too long. Let's say 50 symbols. For example, if you could have relationship between the person and the article, they could be either author of the article, or it could be the command, or maybe editor, and so on and so on. Okay. So what do we have inside? We have two relationship. This was author. This is, or we could use verbs like wrote article and commented. This is pretty awesome. Now let's go back here. This parent is first. Now, when we have a thing like that, we define the relationship. What class should it be? Because
what did you say?
It needs to have some class, right? When we're specifying the connection, it should be able probably to pick up something. Well, no, we usually have has one. Should be object parent ID. It's an object. It's still the model we haven't created yet. Well, let's create it. Model object. But I think it shouldn't be allowed to insert into this table any new. So parent init. Oh, come on. So this add hook. Okay, so we shouldn't insert, probably shouldn't delete either. Okay, let's add a few more tabs. Object. Okay, we have a couple of objects here. Object should have this field name and class. Okay, let's see if I can add something new. Nope, I'm getting the exception. Do not edit directly, which is good. That's exactly what I wanted. Can I delete? Nope, same error again. So that's just to make sure that we do not break the integrity. And finally the connection. So parent, child, and this. So job logs wrote article 1, and job logs commented. Didn't supposed to be article 1 in here as well. Ah. No, but we have comment, right? We have another type which is comment. I forgot about that. Okay, let's add the comment. Join object, name, class, that's all good. Comment would have body as well. Nice article. In fact, I think we can maybe inherit it from model article. We just need to change the table, right? And the name is not needed, so we could hide it later on, maybe. Okay, nice. That's a setup. That's easy to do. Let's see how we can actually connect and make it really nice. Comment. Okay, so the title is probably be like that. Model. Okay, just to fix it, if I add a new one, okay, that nice works nice. Now connection job logs commented. This needs to still not. Oh, I need to refresh the page. Job logs commented. Nice article, but there's no connection between the article and the comment. So let's make that now. Now, which article is parent, right? It has comment. Nice article. Okay, so we have three connections. We have three objects and three connections between all of them. Now, let's try to do what? Okay, so what next? What is next step? Vadim.
I'm thinking. We need to, let me see.
We have article, right? We can edit article. Let's somehow show the comments for that particular article.
Can you? So now you can connect everything to everything, yeah? Can you show me what is connected to article?
Okay. We have edit here, which is title, class, and body. We don't have a drop down for author, or actually, well, let's add a couple of expanders here. Okay, I'm gonna do that. So a bit of C. No, T is that. Okay, let's for the article, let's say we want to see the comments. If at grid, no, C equals ground model. To column. Okay, so for articles now we have an expander comments, and it's supposed to show us all the comments on that article, plus allow us to add them.
But I want to create a little bit different functionality. You need to show not comments but all connection, and you need to be able to connect anything.
Yeah, we'll get that as well. So we'll
any object.
But it's easier to just show the comments. So let's start with comments, and then we'll do everything, because everything will be generic, and comments can actually contain some useful data in there. Right. So page. Let's turn it into multi-page. Page comments. Okay, works. Okay, empty. Okay, let's see what we get from get. Article ID. So we'll need article ID, and let's load model article. Okay. Now what we basically want m equals a get related. We'll write this method, and we need to specify, let's say, child, or I'm gonna get children. We could do it like that, and we need to specify the type, which is as comment. Now about the classes. I'll have to give a hint here, okay? Because I don't know how to do it without hints yet. We'll figure out how to do it without hints. So what I'm trying to do, I want to get a model which gives me all the comments for this particular article, and then I want to use that model inside the CRUD. So if I add a new comment, it will automatically be linked with the article. Okay? What I need to have is the model article. Should have a get children function. Okay, and type and class. Now because we don't have the class, we could do m equals this add class. Okay, so that m would currently be using two tables. One of them would be the comment in this example, and the second would be the object. Now we need to connect that m join to the connection, and because we're looking for children, then parent ID is the field to connect. And we'll put it into new variable C. No, sorry, that's child ID. Child ID. And then from there, we need to do join again. This time we're joining object. Actually, we don't need that. Parent ID. And we're adding field parent ID, which will be a connection.parent ID. And then we need to do m at condition parent ID equals this object ID. Is it how we do it? I don't think we have the object ID yet.
Yeah, me either. It is not loaded yet.
Okay, so this over here is a common code. We'll move it to a separate class, no worries. Okay, so for articles, define variable C. Sam. Class is not valid. Add null. Who's calling that? Is that model? Ah, okay. Get children. Supposed to turn M. Okay. Let's debug that, because I think it should have one comment. So select comment, object on name class, blah 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 blah, from comment join O on OID, join connection, C, child is comment, our parent is 1. Parent is 1, ID is 3, so object, nice article, comment, yeah, it should work. Do you know why it's not working? Parentheses 2. Why? Oh, I see, the problem is here.
Рома, я отлучусь буквально на минуту.
Nice. Cool. Okay, so we need to join not M, but this O. Yeah, nice. Object ID, let's do system true. I don't want to touch it. Okay, I got it working. So the problem was, when I do the join here, I was joining model to connection child ID, but I need to join object to connection child ID. So now I take the model, I take the object, yeah, this property from there, and I join it to child ID. Still following? Okay, let's add a new article.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow. Trying to follow.
Let's add a new article here. So, sorry, no comment. Comment 2. Comment 2, this is extra cool article. Okay, and it's here. Let's see what happened. So, it has the model comment. Comment 2. Let's refresh and look at here. So it is okay here, and look at the connections. So article 1 has article 2. You see it properly maintains the connections now. Yeah. And the type is also properly maintained. So that shows us how we can basically, if we move it outside into the generic class, then the syntax is really, instead of normally you would say a ref command, right? That's a normal syntax, but because we're having this many-to-many relationship, we need to do it a bit more complex, but the usage is still the same. We're telling which model to expect, which is model comment, and the type of relationship between two objects. And it works properly. Now you asked, how can we see all the connected objects under person, right?
One crowd.
Yeah, so let's see for a single person everything they have done. Okay. Comments. How do you call it? I'm gonna call it all. Sorry.
I had the same idea.
Creativity.
Yeah, I had the same idea.
So page all. We need to load the person first. Model person. Person ID. And then it needs to show us ref object. Okay, so job logs. Okay, the problem was child element. Oh yeah. Okay, right. So no, that's not correct because it's not going through the connection. Get all children. Let's have that method. So now, what can you tell about the children? What kind of type they can have? We can't really tell, right? It could be any, but all of them will be object. So we need to start with a class model object. I'm gonna delete that because we're not sure. And then now that needs to be joined to connection as a child ID. We need add parent ID. We're not certain about the type. Ah, no, we still have type. That's right. We add. We don't add condition on. No, add condition parent. Yeah, we don't add condition here, and we return this. Children. Okay, and this needs to be inside the person. So a lot here. Okay, what's wrong? Get object ID.
is not loaded. Object ID is not loaded.
Yeah, really, that's it. Okay, so article 1. I need to reshuffle fields, but basically job logs wrote article 1, which is the model article, and job logs commented saying nice article. Okay, is that good enough?
Can you show me add form? Can you show me add form?
Yeah, let's say add form. Ooh. Sticky get, depends on sticky get. Or not. Yeah, article ID should be person ID. Okay, name, class, and connection type.
Yeah, but we can customize this. Yeah, but we can customize this form and change line to drop down easily.
Well, no, to be honest, when you're adding, you know connection type for sure, because this just gives you everything. And I mean, if I click edit here, it edits the object. No, it's not editing the model comment. Right? This is not really even doing it properly. Well, what can we do? Let's add another button here. Button rather. We'll be saying like edit object, right? Okay, now if I click that, we need to have a pop-up showing us okay, object. What do we need to pass? Object ID. Well, only know object ID, right? So we gonna pass edit. We're only gonna pass object ID. Page. And inside this page then, let's just output everything we have in a get. Ooh, I forgot to execute. Okay, what we're getting? We're getting person ID, which is 1, and an object ID, which is 1 as well. Why is it 1? Do you know why it's 1? object ID. Well, let's see. Our object ID. Yeah, one is article, so it's right. That's correct. So when I okay, I'll undo that. So I click on the object. So the person ID is 1, which is correct, which is job logs, but the object ID is 1 as well, which points to article this time. So let's say this object load object ID. Now from this object we need to get let's say some sort of get entity, and it would be whatever object we're editing. This add form. So if I click on this one, we would be editing an article, and if I click on this one, we'll be editing a comment. Yeah, so that's article, that's comment. Now let's implement the model get entity. Model object. Do we know class? Yeah, we know class. Add. Class, right? Do we know the object ID? Load by object ID, right? And we just return that. Okay, let's see if this will work. Not sure. Oh, edit. Okay, I'm not sure what happens. E equals, and we'll put E here. Okay, now let's see. Alright, so we're editing article. Okay, class article, article 1. In this case, we're editing the comment. Well, they inherit each other, so it's all the same. Let's try to add a connection between job logs to another person and Peter Smith. Yeah, job logs and Peter Smith. Job logs. Father.
Why last name is not the same?
I don't know. So okay, that's the new relationship, and now if I click edit object, I'm actually editing the Peter Smith, which is son of John's job logs. Yeah, but you saw, if I want to add a connection, I need actually to go through this table. I shouldn't, if I try to add through this, it's I think it will become confused. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Class. Well, let's try. Well,
I think everything will be okay.
I'm getting better.
If you will provide real data.
I don't think it should work because too many things. It says do not edit directly. So what we'll try to do is try to create a new object. Yeah, because we actually return object. If you look inside the person in here, no, that's article person. We return a model object, and we specifically build in protection so that we can't add a new object without the connected data. So if you want to add a new new something, And how can we do it? Okay, let's say if we have grid in here, add a new button which says new friend, or new son, or what kind of relationship? It's a friend. I don't know. I don't care. New friend. So if I click new friend, new window should open. This click add a new friend. Okay, we're gonna pass the person ID, which because it's sticky. The URL should be add friend. No, actually, let's say add. We need to specify the model and relationship. So let's say model person and relationship friend. Do you think that's enough? Okay, let's see. I click add and I have a button new friend which is supposed to open a new window. It does not at the moment. You leave. Okay, oh, new friend. Good. Now what happens inside this new function we created? Add like that. So first of all, we need to load the person. That's the original one. This and model person. So maybe that's right, yeah. So we're doing it exactly like as we did here. Yeah, actually we could have copied that line. It's exactly the same. Next, we need to add, create a new model which would represent the necessary relationship. So the relationship type we now have in our get argument. We can actually need to make it sticky. This so first one was model, and the second one was type. The model. Okay, so that it doesn't load any relationship, it just creates one. And let's create form. And if form is submitted, if update JS. Cool. Execute. Okay, we'll still need to probably refresh the grid, but we're not doing that now. Okay, so new friend. Clicking new friend. What happens? In this one, might not defined. Yeah, well, the problem is I'm using the same get children, but it's not on the article, it's on the person now. I'll clean up this mess in a moment. So it's just exactly the same implementation. Oh yeah, and these 4 lines just need to be copied over here. Okay, let's see. Adding new friend. So it filled in the model person. Vadim X Okay, what's wrong? What's wrong? Load. We lost something. We lost some parameter. We lost person ID. Still need person ID. Okay, doing it again. Add new friend. Okay, I got this. Not sure why it's output like that. Oh yeah, I forgot the univ. That's the problem. Okay, so you see the new person is here, Vadim. Let's look at job logs, and he has you as a friend. Nice. Let's see how you can create a new article. So let's person wants to add a new article. What do we need to do? Model would be article. The type would be what? Connection road. Right, so Peter's, let's say Vadim writes a new article. Vadim's beer. I like much. Cool. Now Vadim has wrote an article. Yeah, there's a new article in there. See, all the connections being populated properly. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, nice.
So the last thing I promised to do is leave model object. Now, how do we call the parent of all the objects? Let's call it generic object. And just copy that from somewhere else. Okay, and this code goes inside here. Okay. What else do we need there? Body. Get children, usable function. Let's have it here as well. Okay, so let's look at the article again. Article looks very clean. So it extends our generic object, just specifies the primary table, which is article, and that's it. Next, let's look at the person, how we can simplify that. So it should extend generic object. Doesn't need those 4 lines anymore. Get children, don't need that anymore. Get all children. Let's move that inside here. Clean. Person only has email. Finally, let's go to article. Do that. Comment. Instead, what the hell? Comment is over here. Yeah, comment extends article, so we don't need to change anything at all. Let's hide the caption though. Or how to say hidden? Can we do that? Generic object line 2. Right, so we're back. We just did a bit of refactoring. We still have all our objects. These are all our objects. And then objects of particular type, such as person, articles, comments. Still, we can add this. See, comment doesn't have the title anymore. I had the class everywhere, but it's probably not necessary anymore. So set it as a system. Okay, it shouldn't be editable by a user anyway. So if I add comment, I just need to add a body. Title and body for article, for person, I add name and email. Clean, nice. And okay, this still works. So if I click edit, allows me to edit the object. Yeah, so that's system data. Maybe better keep it clean out of here. And then if I click edit object, it will actually allow me to edit the related object. All right. So let's look at the number of selects here now. So to get this list over here, we only had one select, right? When I trying to select this list, it's again one select only. When I click on edit, it's one select. If I click edit object, that's two selects. First, it selects an object, and then it selects. Actually, might be only one select. Let me look at that again. No, it does load. Yeah, that's need two selects because we don't know the class. So the first select will load the object, figure out what the class is, create that object of that class, and then load that. So the only downside I see is when we're listing all the related records, such as name, class, current type, because we don't know what kind of class is in there, we can't add additional fields. So we can have, but if we're listing comments, such as in here, we can list a field from that because we know. And I think that's all. If we're doing any additional refactoring, I would look into generic object instead of get children. Probably would create a generic method in here. So I could query children or parent. And probably type would be optional. If type, then what condition? Otherwise, it would show all the types, but still needs to have a class. If we want to have to have this model built on the class, it still need to have a class. Okay, Vadim. I don't know what else to add.
Yeah, it's enough. It's enough.
So?
The main problem is solved. So the main problem is solved.
When you
So
going to upload this video to YouTube?
when you're going to
I'll do it now.
upload this video to YouTube?
So we'll take a while. Also, let's create a new repository somewhere on GitHub. And just add all of this, so others could benefit. New repository. What should we call it?
Many too many.
Many too many.
Yeah, right. Okay, there is your source. That's the database. Should be all good. Okay. We just need to create a bit of README here. So, thank you for watching. Thanks, Vadim, for giving me interesting idea what we could challenge ourselves with Agile Toolkit and then implementing that quickly. So it took us about an hour to implement something really complex, impossible to do in other frameworks. And as you can see, it's really extensible, and based on that, I hope, Vadim, your project would be even cooler. Okay, thank you, Vadim.
Yeah, thank you, Roman.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,